Social media. I know a lot of you are very familiar with the social media and some of its applications, especially you, grade 10. But my question is, do you know how social media affect our lives and our relationship with others? Good morning, grade 10. This is Teacher Mitch, your English teacher. Welcome to our first pre-recorded lesson for this quarter. So, just sit back, relax, and learn. Nowadays, we almost spend 90 to 99% of our time on social media applications like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and many more. It seems that we cannot live a day, an hour, or even a minute without checking our phones or our social media accounts. Am I right? So this morning, we're going to discuss what is social media and how it affects our lives and our relationship with others. But before that, let us all watch this.
We convince ourselves technology is helping. The reality is, people don't seem enough for us these days. We condense books into articles, into lists, into GIFs, because who has time to read an actual sentence anymore? We scroll and click and double tap our lives away, wondering where the day goes. We're more anxious than any generation before us, yet we keep downloading another app hoping that it can fix us. We look to the latest trends, check the reviews on Yelp, investigate the hashtags, yet in a world with so much information, we're somehow still missing the wisdom of life. We crave real connection, but we'd rather text about the hard conversations. We desire relationships, but settle for following each other on Twitter. We stare at the pretty pictures on Instagram instead of the person standing right in front of us. We prefer filtered images to reality. We listen to a new podcast over a person's day. We check social media more than we check in with our friends. In our constant need for new information, new insights, new everything, we lose the chance to make old memories. We like being busy. We wear it like a badge of honor. We can't focus because we're being pulled in 50 different directions. We can't commit because there always seems to be another option, a better alternative. We have trust issues with the people we've known for years, yet we trust someone's review that we just saw on Amazon. We want to hold hands while still holding onto our phones. We scroll through Twitter while we have lunch with our friends. We think we can keep one foot out the door while still falling for the person sitting in front of us. We always need the latest, the newest, the most up-to-date, and then wonder why relationships don't last. We walk around stores on FaceTime and text during work because life without multitasking feels inefficient. We fill our schedule, we fill our days, we fill our phones thinking that will cure the emptiness that we feel inside us. We binge another series of that latest Netflix show because someone else's story drowns out the experience of our own. We complain that nothing feels real anymore, but we don't give anything time to become real. We complain nothing has depth, but we don't allow things space to deepen. We're so quick to fill the silence or write someone off completely. We complain nothing feels authentic today as we select a new filter on our selfies. We recharge our devices, but not ourselves. When we're out of time, we just add more to our schedules. We don't know who we want to become because we're too distracted by who everyone else is becoming.
The video that we have watched explained everything. How our phones and social media devalued our personal communications with our loved ones. Mobile phones makes us closer to the person far from us, but it takes us away from the ones sitting next to us. And by the way, what is social media? Social media is defined as the online communication channels dedicated to community-based input, interaction, content sharing, and collaboration, sharing information, ideas, personal messages, and other content. Now let me ask you, which of the form of social media are you familiar with and engaged in? Don't you know that the more time we spend in social media, the lesser the time we spend personally with our family or loved ones? Let us now discover the difference between communication in social media and in personal communication through an essay, How Text Messages and Social Media Devalued Personal Communication by Earl G. Graves Sr. Mobile devices, text messages, and social media replace authentic personal communication. We sometimes go out with friends and families, yet we can stop ourselves not to look onto our phones, check our social media accounts, take a selfies, and update status. Let's use social media and mobile devices to facilitate instead of replacing authentic personal communication. We live in a world of mobile devices, social media, text messages, and status updates. Sometimes we use this application or social media applications to ease our boredom or sometimes to communicate with our loved ones that are far from us. This amazing advancement in communication tools and technology makes our lives easier. But if this advancement in technologies had advantages, it also has disadvantages. And it is doing more harm than good if not used properly or wisely. The society is losing its ability to communicate on a personal level. If we continue more of cell phones and tablets, we are becoming more detached even with our loved ones. As a communication via cell phones and tablets replaces more intimate, engaged, and personal conversation even in family reunions, vacations, and at dinner tables. So, we communicate, but we are losing our sense of genuine connection with others. All of these social media applications are making us become antisocial. Yes, we can socialize in social media, but in person we are losing our self-confidence to communicate. When we are in vacation or with our family dinner, family reunions, please, we should have to value opportunities to look people in the eye and really listen. So we should have to resist the urge to glance at our mobile devices. It is still important to recognize that talking to them, having time with them is different than a text messages or a chat from a messenger. Phone texts with a smiley face symbols are just poor substitute for a handwritten note, a sincere hug, and a firm handshake. So, whenever we are with our families or loved ones, with friends, have the courage to turn off your devices. Believe me, if you did, the world would not end. And especially you will be better without it. So this essay tells us the importance of social media, how it is useful to many people, but there should be a limitation in using it. And now we have done discussing the text, how social media and text messages devalued personal communication. This time, we're going to discuss the elements of an essay. An essay is a piece of composition that discusses a thing, a person, a problem, or an issue in a way that the writer demonstrates his knowledge by offering a new perspective, opinion, solution, or suggestions. It is a short non-fiction, non-imaginary work about a subject. It may be classified by tone and style as formal and informal. Now let's have the three main parts of an essay. First, the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. First, we have the introduction. It is the opening part of the write-up that shows the topic sentence of an essay or the thesis statement. It prepares the readers on the essay. And a good introduction paragraph is an essential part of any academic essay. Let's have some examples. Okay, so this is an example of an introduction. The main goals of an introduction are to, first, to catch the reader's attention and to give a background of your topic. Next, we have the body. An essay includes a body paragraph which develop the main idea of an essay. The body is the longest part of an essay. This is where you lead the reader through your ideas, elaborating arguments and evidence of your essay. The body is always divided into paragraphs. Lastly, the conclusion. An essay ends with a brief conclusion which brings the essay to a logical end. It is the last part of an essay and also the crucial part that sums up argument or concludes the description, narration, or event. This is an example of the conclusion of an essay. Now we have the elements of an essay. So first, the audience. It refers to whom the essay is intended for. The audience is the reader of the essay, and anyone that reads an essay can be considered a part of the audience. Okay, let's have some examples. So we have the students, the children, parents, friends, or it can be a teachers, politicians, and more. Next is the purpose. It refers to the intention or goal in writing the essay. There are three main purposes of an essay. So first is to persuade, to inform, or to entertain. An essay has many purposes depending on what the writer wants to write about and how he or she wants to affect the readers. In the essay that we have discussed, the purpose of the author is to inform the effect of social media. Next is the theme. it refers to the lesson or message of the essay. And the theme of the essay that we have read is we have to put limitations in using social media applications. So this is an example of theme. The essay tells the importance of social media, how it is useful to many people, but there should be a limitations for using it. So this is all for today. Kindly read your book pages 132 to 134 and answer your activity on your Genio account. Bye everyone. Have a nice day.